Well, and what else was up in the sky over the valley this 4th of July weekend?
The reason we ask is because of what several people have now called us to say, that they think they saw a UFO.
No.
From the silly to the sinister.
Don't get on that ship! Rest of the book, To Serve Man, it's a cookbook.
And beyond. Aliens and UFOs have been part of human lore and legend throughout history. But this past weekend, those legends came to life for several Valley residents, and part, they say, of their very real here and now.
There's been reports left and right coming out of Central San Joaquin Valley.
Monday, we introduced you to Jeffrey Gonzalez, AT&T technician by day, founder of the Sanger Paranormal Society, and part-time investigator for MUFON, a civilian UFO research organization, on his own time. Gonzalez contacted us about one Clovis family's reported harrowing experience with what they described as a cigar-shaped UFO last Friday night.
They saw something that night, and it scared them really bad.
Badly enough, says Gonzalez, to send the father running out into the night in his underwear to try and get his family to safety.
She said, you know, Jeff, it wasn't an airplane, it wasn't a helicopter, it wasn't making any type of noise. It wasn't, you know, you didn't have engines on it, nothing. And it was headed right for their house.
Meanwhile, someone else posted video to YouTube of what they called a UFO over Fresno from that same night. And Gonzalez himself videotaped mysterious white vans that he says he saw parked at the family's house the next day. We set out with Gonzalez Monday to canvass the neighborhood for other possible witnesses, but at that time we could find no one. Since Monday, however, Gonzalez says, several more reports have filtered in from witnesses who say they saw something too.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Topic UFO. What you just saw was a television news broadcast from just after the July 4th weekend, 2010. It was broadcast from KMPH, which I believe is out of the Fresno, California area. One thing you didn't hear is who the owner was, who the person that shot the YouTube video, who that was. They basically just said they saw this out on YouTube, downloading it, and they were showing it to you. Well, tonight we'll be speaking to the person that shot that video, that piece of video, and also a lot more. He has accumulated approximately 200 videos of what can only be called strange or unusual things in the sky. His name is Robert Thorson. And I believe he is directly out of the Fresno area. We are going to talk about 3 of his videos tonight. So let's go ahead and bring him on. Robert, are you out there, sir?
Yes, I am. Hi, it's nice to meet you there, Rick.
Hey, nice to meet you, Robert. I was amazed with just how many video captures you've accumulated over the years. Now, I believe you had stated that although this newscast that we just saw was from 2010, you actually started videotaping these things back in, starting in August of 2006. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. It was 3 a.m. at the time when I started filming first time.
And what happened to get you started on this? Were you just outside and happened to see something?
That's basically what happened. I was riding my bike home from the store. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so I went to the store, and I was riding my bike home, and on the way home, I looked behind me, above my shoulder. I looked back, and there was something up there, looked like it was following me. It was a silent object with 2 white blinking lights. It was silent. And for some reason, I just rode my bike home really quickly, and I had to go grab my mom's camera. I never even used the camera before. I don't know why. I felt compelled to go get the camera and go film it. And sure enough, when I got the camera, I ran outside with it, and sure enough, there it came, right over the roof.
Unbelievable. And how high do you think this was in elevation? Was it low flying or high flying? Or?
It couldn't have been more than 1,000 feet at the most.
Wow. Wow. So after that took place, I guess you were kind of hooked on trying to capture more of these things.
Oh yes. From then, the next night, the next day, I went out there and looked. I just had to go out there each day. I had to go out. I felt compelled to go out there because something told me something was coming. You know, get your camera, go out there and film. There's going to be something coming.
Now let me ask you, before this August night in 2006, were you into ufology? Were you into UFOs, or was this something new to you?
No, I've always been interested in UFOs ever since 35 years, I think, at least. I've always been interested because I've seen TV specials and people talking about them on TV. I didn't necessarily believe them or disbelieve them, but I was just really fascinated with it.
And then you got your own private screening, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, it was pretty strange, you know. I mean, I used to just go out at nighttime and just go lay, on the grass and watch the stars, you know. And I used to see things way up there flying, and I think these things started getting closer and closer. I mean, wherever they were, I thought they were just meteors or something, but some of these things weren't.
Yeah, very very strange to see a meteor that would travel horizontally and that slow and all that, right? Well, Robert,
Yeah.
let's, if you don't mind, I've chosen, as you know, 3 videos out of your library that I was hoping we could talk about and share with the viewers. The first one is unique, I think, because it's a daytime capture. It appears to be, I don't know what else to say, but a saucer shaped. What can you tell us about this particular capture? Because I'm looking at this thing right now, and it appears to be very low in the horizon. It does quickly kind of bypass through the trees real quick, and you kind of get a sense of how close it actually was. Can you give us a little background on where you were when this happened, what was going on, and anything else you can tell us?
Well, I was like sitting in my driveway like I do so often. I'd sit there in my driveway and just watch. And this object I saw it coming behind some other trees, and I was just watching it. I didn't think about filming it yet. I was just kind of watching it moving behind the trees, and I go, well, I better get my camera. There might be something there that's kind of interesting. And then I was on the phone with my friend at the time, as you probably could hear, my friend talking. And I seen it. I start filming it, and then I go, wait a minute, I don't know what that is. You know, I was filming it. I go, I'm not sure what that is now because it's just moving in one straight, horizontal direction, just perfectly straight, like it's floating.
Now,
So,
the video, I don't hear any sound from the actual object. Was it completely silent?
oh yeah, completely silent, no noise, no nothing.
And from looking at it on the video, like I said, it does look saucer shaped. Would you say that it was saucer shaped as well from your the live advantage you had of looking at this?
Oh yes, the more I looked at it, the more I could see there's a saucer shape to it.
And it appears to be some type of reflective metal or something on top. Of course, you have the shadow on the bottom, which would be correct for sunlight coming down from the top of it. Now, how long did it actually hang out there where you were able to film it, and then what happened? Did it disappear? Did it shoot off?
Well, it actually, it just went. You could see it go behind the trees, And then when it went behind the trees, I actually walked around. I tried to walk around by the other side of the trees. I was looking for it, and it seemed to, I couldn't find it anymore. It's like vanished or something, or turned off somewhere else.
So when you went around that tree, which could have only taken you a couple of seconds, it was gone.
Yeah, it was gone.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Have you submitted this video to anybody like MUFON or any other UFO organization, or has anybody else from the ufology circles commented on it?
Yeah. This one, I believe, I turned it into MUFON. They looked at it, and also I think you've heard about UFO Casebook and UFO Latest Sightings. They both took it too.
And were they able to give any kind of pertinent response?
Yeah, they were writing. This is appears to be a flying saucer. They were saying it's, you know, and they were saying, you know, good stuff about it like that.
Now I notice it doesn't have any lights. Now I'm just wondering, you know, when I look back and think about other daytime sightings, if there are lights on those, and I can't think of any right offhand. If you had to guess, and I know this was quite some time ago, but if you had to guess, how large of an object would you say this was?
I would say it looked like it was around 25 to 35 feet diameter.
So not real large.
No, not real large, like small. We're like a real small plane or something, maybe.
So that kind of leads me to my next question. I know that when we talked before, now you live in Fresno, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so next to Fresno, as far as any military compounds or military places, the only thing that you have close to you is a, what did you call it, a reserve?
We have the National Guard.
National Guard.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know why the National Guard would be flying something like this around. Do you?
No, I don't think they would have. No.
They're not into that kind of thing, are they?
No, not that I'm aware of. I don't think they would even have something like that.
Now, I'm not sure where this particular video sits in your overall library, and I don't know if there's more of these videos from the news agency KMPH. Is this something that is kind of widely known for those that live in the Fresno area? Are UFO stories on the news commonplace or somewhat commonplace, or what?
They're not usually too much, but lately there's been a couple on the local news here, but they usually don't talk about it too much at all around here.
You know, that kind of goes along with what I'm seeing throughout the United States. They are showing more, not a lot more, but like you say, a little bit more. And when they talk about it, they're not talking about it as, you know, silly little thing. They're taking more of an open mind to it, which is kind of interesting. Now, is this your only daytime capture, or do you have other daytime captures?
Oh, I have quite a few more actually.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my Lord. Well.
Yeah, well, I have some that actually giving out some sort of light too. They're like really shiny up there. So
now, do they all appear to be the same type of craft that we see in this video?
no, they don't. Every time I see a craft, it seems like there's something different about it for some reason. It's just I don't get the same. They're all like they're different. for some reason. Like there's some that change shape, and there's some giving out different lights, and
That's not unusual. You know, it seems like very strange if you have two videos in a row. You know, where the object looks the same. That that is something that I think we need to look into more as ufologists. You know, why is it that we can't get the same craft over and over again? Um, there's got to be something there.
yeah, I don't know if there's different object, maybe different beings. I don't know. You know.
Exactly, and are they doing this on purpose? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's move on. Let's look at video number 2. This video is entitled "UFO Bright Flashing Object Over Fresno." Uh, here we go. Let me pull this one up. Flashing UFO. Now, this one here kind of starts off. This is a night shot, of course, and it appears to be one single glowing object. Now, is this the one that drops the, it looks like it drops little lights out of its back end?
Yeah, this is the object that does that. Yes.
So, what can you tell us while we're looking at this thing? Obviously, I think this one was probably a little higher. Now, I think what's coming up here is where it starts to drop. There, right? It looks like it's coming up. There's one that just went out. And I don't think that is an artifact of the video. That thing was actually releasing something out of it as far as a bright light. What do you remember about this video when you took it, Robert?
It was. I remember it was like 3 a.m. and I looked actually looked like a real light reddish color. It looked like it was low, but when I first saw it, it was like coming behind the trees as usual. And I was watching it. It looked like it was shooting off stuff. When I first saw it, it looked like it was shooting stuff out of the back of it.
And these things that come out the back, they look like they come out and then they begin to fall. But it does not remind me of any type of flare or anything like that. What did you think they were when you saw this, or did you have any idea?
Well, when I first saw it, at first I thought I couldn't tell that it might be a helicopter really low because I seen a red glow to it, and I go, it's not a helicopter. And then I started looking at it. I go, I'm gonna get my camera out, and I didn't know what it was. When I started filming it, I started thinking this is a UFO. I started thinking that pretty quickly.
Yes, because if I look at this, just shortly after the video starts, boom, I mean, right there, it lets out something from itself. You know, an airplane doesn't do that. A helicopter doesn't do that. What are your thoughts as far as this being, or any of these things, being some type of a government drone? Have you ever seen a real drone? I haven't. So I don't know. Do they make noise? Do they make a little bit of noise? Do they look like this would look? I just don't know.
Drones wouldn't look like this. You know, I actually thought I seen a drone one night. It had like a couple of lights on it, and it wasn't making any noise. It flew right over my head. But if they do make a noise, it's real quiet.
And it's more of a humming type noise, right? Yeah, I mean it.
Yeah.
Very strange. Very strange. Now, one question I wanted to ask you, you said that the majority of these videos, if not all, were taken, within your property of your house, right? Basically.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, are you, does it seem like they're always coming from a certain direction? Are you always facing west, or are you always facing east, or is it mixed up?
It's usually mixed up. It's
Really?
usually, yeah. So if it's mixed up, it kind of rolls out. It could be like, coming from the National Guard. You think maybe all of them be coming that direction if it was. And so that kind of rule that out.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Now, again, on this one we just looked at, did it eventually just fade away?
Yeah. If you watch the video further, it seems to be getting higher. Then it's like it just starts blinking, like blink, 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 and getting smaller, and it's blinking. Then it just disappears.
Now, Robert, doesn't this freak you out that you have all this activity over your house?
Not anymore. I mean, I didn't even have time to get freaked out because it was happening so often and so much. I just couldn't. I had no time to think about it. I start thinking about it now, and start wondering. But I got more time to think about it now because all that stuff happened.
Now, you said you've accumulated, almost 200 videos or so over 6-7 years. I mean, that's a lot of activity as far as I'm concerned. Have you come up with any type of explanation, theory, any personal thoughts on what these things could be, or do you just think they're simply unidentified?
I do have my opinions and theories, and some of this, it just gets so crazy. People won't even understand. People have enough time, trouble enough, just thinking about UFO as a silver. It's the silver flying saucer looking thing. People got trouble just believing that, but I think these things are from like different dimensions. Some of these things.
Well, I think there are a lot of people that would agree with you on that. I tend to think that if they are quote unquote non-human, the whole multi-dimensional thing just seems to make sense to me. Because where are they going? Where do they come from? I mean, have we ever captured them coming out of the ground? Have we ever captured them coming in to our atmosphere? I don't think we have. They just seem to appear out of frickin' nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And what else could do something like that besides something that was multi-dimensional or somewhere along those lines? Like I said, I think if we ever do find the truth, it's going to be even more bizarre than what we even imagine. All right. Well, let's take a look at number 3 here. Let me pull this up real quickly. This is the one that is saying, "This ain't no frickin' plane." And let's roll this one. Now, this one here is unique. Let me just stop it. Because it has several lights to it. If I freeze this image, we're looking at maybe 2, 4, 6, maybe up to 8 white lights, just from a quick glance I'm looking here. This one, kind of unique as far as the other 2 videos that we've looked at. What can you tell us about this one, Robert? Was this just another one of the ones you happened to be outside for, or what?
Yeah, it's one of those. What happened to be outside? It was like 4 a.m. And this one actually came from the direction of the airport and the National Guard over there. But it didn't make any noise, though. I didn't hear any sound. And it looked really funny. I mean, you have to understand those UFOs, real UFOs, they tend to go around the airport a lot too, if you heard.
Right. Yeah, for some reason they seem to like our airports. Now, what about this configuration of the lights? If this was, say, some type of normal aircraft, would not we be seeing some indication of red lights, green lights? This has none of that. At least I don't see any. It's all white lights.
Yeah.
Now, what have you been able to make out from this? I don't know how much you've investigated this video, and it's a little hard to tell from just looking at this on my iPad right now. But was there any type of distinguishable shape to this particular object, or is it basically just the cluster of lights you had to go by?
You know, I thought it might be some sort of a triangle shape, you know, but I actually took some video stills from this and I tried to enhance them and blow them up, and I just could not get anything but the lights. I couldn't see anything behind them.
Do you think it's possible that it's more than one object?
That's possible, yes. I mean, of course it's possible. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think it was, but because they're all perfectly in the same. You stay together, but it doesn't mean, you know, like doesn't mean there's not multiple objects. It could be, yes.
Very strange. And again, absolutely no sound whatsoever.
No.
Because
This was maybe a couple thousand, maybe 2,000 feet up. Maybe it wasn't that high.
yeah, you can tell because you're obviously you know, having to telephoto in to get a close-up of it, which causes the image to jump around a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was on my bike too. Let's say, like, when I first saw it, I was kind of on my bike and I was balancing on my bike, and it.
So, wow, this is just very strange. I can see why you would think that there may be a triangle shape to it, because it does, at certain angles, give that effect. I mean, are there any other airplanes that you've seen, regular airplanes that you've seen flying around in your area that, you know, could possibly be what this is? You know, I don't know of any airplane that looks like that.
No, I don't either. What this another thing is that I'm out here watching all the time, and the last airplane from the airport goes out like maybe 1:30 at night. That's the last time they send them out, and they don't send nothing out till like 5:30 in the morning. And this is 4 a.m. There shouldn't be nothing coming from there.
Have you ever inquired about radar data?
I've actually called the airport a couple times when I seen an object like this and asked them, and they told me they don't know anything about it. It didn't come from their airport and stuff like that.
I mean that's ridiculous. I mean, here you have video evidence. Something was up in the air. You know, I have no idea if it was an alien craft or, you know, 8 balloons with LEDs on it, but something was up in the air. And for our air traffic control people to say, you know, there was nothing up there, it's just an out-and-out lie. I'm sorry. It is just an out-and-out lie. Well, Robert, you've obviously amassed quite a collection of some very amazing videos, and I can't thank you enough for for coming on the show and sharing not only the videos, but your personal thoughts as well. And I hope you continue to gather more, and possibly you could come back again, and we'll talk some more about some more of your videos, because I know you have a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on your show. I hope to do another one with you. I had fun.
Great. Well, Robert, we'll definitely stay in touch. Now, if people wanted to see more of your videos on YouTube, what is your YouTube name?
I would go to UFOs Are Real Fresno. That's my channel with my best ones on there. I have like 3 or 4 different channels, but that's the one to go to now.
Okay, UFOs Are Real Fresno.
Yeah, people know me as King UFO Kid too. That's another one of my channels I started with.
King UFO Kid. Okay, we'll get those URLs up. All right. Well, listen, Robert, again, thanks so much. I know it took us twice to try to get this show together due to some technical issues on my end, so I appreciate your patience, and I'm glad we were able to do today's show. Keep looking to the skies, Robert, and if you can get some more on tape, please do. And go ahead.
Oh, I will. I always watch.
Excellent. All right, Robert, listen, have a great day, rest of the day anyway, and we'll be staying in touch with you.
Okay, thanks, Rick. It's fun.
Okay, Robert, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Open the door, you'll find the secret. To find the answer is to keep it.